We are also setting up a broad partnership with the UN to address skills of women. This is a secret that I know. You know, she was a young activist traveling from Durban to Johannesburg, and there was this charming lawyer. Can you imagine in a 1-hour flight? And Weunite, as I said, has to do with, and these sites are this.
Thank you, Mr. Prem Narayan. Ms. Radhika Nath of the Mahindra Group is one of the stalwarts of the IMC Ladies Wing. She has been associated with the Chamber for several years and is doing an excellent job in her current role as President of the Ladies Wing. I'd like to invite Ms. Radhika Nath to say a few words. I'm sure we can do better than that. There you go. It is an absolute honor to have Madame Fumzile here. A long-time champion of women's rights and gender equality, she has been doing outstanding work since she took over as the Executive Director of UN Women.
We as a world will strive to achieve by 2030. I was fortunate enough to play a small role in the announcement in India for the same, along with Akshay Kumar, A.R. Rahman, and Mrs. Tina Ambani. It is an ambitious proposal and a tough one to achieve in 14 years. But I do believe that we can achieve this if we all sincerely try together. I'm sure many of you are aware that India had a woman as her head of state way before the United Kingdom, a feature the United States of America has not managed to achieve as of yet. Which is why it is surprising to hear about gender inequality here in India, and yet sadly we do. On a daily basis, there are shocking stories in the media about violent crimes committed against women. Yet, I can only imagine how many more crimes there are against women in India that go unreported. This is not an India-specific issue, though. In the UN Secretary General's 2006 report on an in-depth study on all forms of violence against women, it was noted that there is no region of the world, no country, no culture in which women's freedom from violence has been secured. Here is another fact. In India, according to data provided by the National Crime Records Bureau, in the year 2001, the reported crimes against women were 1,43,795. In the year 2005, the reported crimes were 3,27,394, more than a 100% increase in numbers. However, I would like to believe that this increase in numbers is not an increase in crime against women. It is an increase in the number of women who are ready to come forward and report them. The world has largely been led by patriarchal societies, and women have, through the years, largely remained quiet in the face of atrocities rather than speak out against them. I know of educated women who remain silent in the face of violence because they are afraid to confront societal norms and have fingers pointed in their own direction. Especially when the majority of our society fails to recognize marital rape as a crime. I would urge more women to speak out. It is not okay to feel inferior or weak because we are not the weaker sex by any stretch of imagination. We may be more emotional, but that is what makes us caregivers and mothers. If you ask each person sitting here today who is the strongest person that they know in their lives, I think the unanimous answer would most likely be that it is their mother, as it is in my case. My mother is by far the most amazing woman I have ever known. And as I stand here on this platform, if I do not act and merely speak, I would be doing my mother and every woman in the world a huge disservice. I would therefore like to pledge today that I will do whatever I can in my capacity to create awareness about gender equality. Thank you very much.
Katrina, thank you so much for being with us. I'd like to invite our sponsor for today's conference, Mr. Rizwan Adatia, to present a small memento to Katrina as a token of our appreciation for her being here today. Thank you, Katrina.